Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of our podcast. I'm Alex.
And I'm Sophia. We are so incredibly glad you're tuning in today. If you're looking to level up your English while learning some crazy, fun, and honestly mind-blowing cultural facts, you are in the perfect place.
That's right. Now, if you listened to our last episode, you know we started diving into things in Taiwan that leave expats and foreigners completely scratching their heads. Well, the response was so overwhelming that we just had to do a part 2.
Oh, absolutely. Taiwan has so many layers. To a foreigner, stepping into daily life here can sometimes feel like entering a magical realm with its own set of rules, or what we like to call Taiwanese occult science or mystical taboos.
Occult science. I love that term. Speaking of which, Sophia, let's start with something that literally every single tech worker, police officer, or nurse in Taiwan swears by. It involves a very specific, very crunchy snack. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, you mean the legendary green snack bags. It's called Kuai Kuai, right? For our English learners out there, the word Kuai Kuai literally translates to be good or behave yourself. But Alex, to an outsider, seeing bags of snacks sitting on top of multi-million-dollar servers or high-tech hospital equipment looks like some kind of strange food ritual.
Well, honestly, it kind of is a ritual. But there's a catch, right? It has to be the green bag. Why green? Because in the tech and engineering world, a green light means everything is running smoothly, perfectly, with zero errors. If you put a yellow or red bag there, you are basically asking for a system crash.
It sounds like total witchcraft. I remember telling my American friend about this, and he just laughed out loud. He was like, "Come on, Sophia, you're telling me a bag of coconut-flavored corn puffs keeps the internet alive?" But then, he told me a story about his colleague who didn't believe in the superstition and actually ate the Kuai Kuai from the server room because he got hungry during an overnight shift.
Oh no. Let me guess. The server crashed?
Literally within an hour. The entire company network went down and they lost hours of data. His boss was furious, not because he ate company food, but because he broke the sacred green Kuai Kuai rule. Let's pause here for a quick vocabulary note for our listeners. A superstition is a belief that certain events can bring good or bad luck, even if there's no scientific reason for it. So, the Kuai Kuai thing is a classic example of a modern high-tech superstition.
Exactly. You don't mess with the tech gods. And speaking of things you shouldn't do unless you want bad luck, what about the whole pointing at the moon thing? Growing up, did your parents ever warn you about that?
Oh, all the time. Don't point your finger at the beautiful full moon Sophia, or Goddess Chang'e will get offended and come down to slice your ears off while you sleep. Like, honestly, when you say it out loud in English, it sounds like the plot of a terrifying horror movie. It's so intense.
It really does. Slice your ears off is definitely a horror trope. But it's so deeply ingrained in kids here. I remember scratching the back of my ear as a kid after looking at the moon, and I genuinely panicked thinking my ear was about to fall off. There are so many of these little daily taboos. For instance, blowing a whistle at night, or hanging your clothes outside to dry after dark. Foreigners are always like, "Wait, why can't I whistle? I'm just happy." And you have to explain to them, well, because you might accidentally invite wandering spirits or ghosts into your apartment.
Yes! The look of absolute confusion on their faces is priceless. They're just trying to do their laundry or enjoy a tune, and suddenly they're being told they're opening a portal to the underworld. It's hilarious, but it really shows how vibrant and alive these traditional cultural narratives still are in modern Taiwan.
Totally. But you know, it's not just our supernatural beliefs that throw foreigners off. Sometimes, it's just the sheer intensity of Taiwanese hospitality and human warmth. We always hear that the most beautiful scenery in Taiwan is its people, which is a lovely sentiment. But man, that warmth can sometimes feel like a literal interrogation to someone who values strict personal space.
Oh my goodness, yes. Let's talk about the legendary warm-hearted aunties. In English, we call this a background check or an interrogation when someone asks you a million personal questions. Imagine you are a foreign student, just standing in line to buy a traditional red bean cake. The auntie making the cakes looks up, smiles warmly, and immediately hits you with, "How old are you? Are you married? Why aren't you married? Do you like Taiwanese food? Do you have a girlfriend? How much money do you make?"
Wow, that's heavy. For someone from Western countries where asking about relationship status, age, or income is considered a massive invasion of privacy, this can cause a mini panic attack. They're thinking, is she working for the government? Why does she need my tax returns to sell me a pastry? But the beautiful thing, and the thing we need to emphasize to our foreign friends, is that in Taiwan, this isn't nosiness. It's pure, unadulterated care and affection.
Exactly. It's their way of making you feel welcome, like you're part of the family. If they didn't care, they wouldn't ask. Let's highlight a great phrase for our learners: invasion of privacy. It means entering or intruding into someone's private life without permission. While it's a big no-no in the West, in Taiwan, the boundaries are just much more fluid because the community vibe is so strong.
Absolutely. And that community vibe reaches an absolute chaotic peak when the dinner bill arrives at a restaurant. Oh my God, Sophia, have you ever witnessed the bill-paying battle?
Witnessed it? Alex, I have participated in it. It is an Olympic sport. Westerners are very accustomed to splitting the bill, or, as we often say in casual English, going AA. Everyone calculates exactly what they ate, down to the last dollar, and pays their share. Clean, quiet, organized.
But in Taiwan? No way. Saying, let's go AA, can sometimes feel like an insult to friendship. Instead, you get 2 or 3 adults at the checkout counter, literally wrestling, pushing each other out of the way, and shouting at the cashier, "Take my money! Don't take his! I'll kill you if you take her card." I mean, to a foreign bystander who doesn't understand the language, it literally looks like a violent robbery or an aggressive assault is taking place right in front of the cash register.
It really does. I've seen people almost do a professional shoulder throw to block their friend from reaching the credit card machine. The poor cashiers are just standing there, caught in the crossfire, holding 2 different cards. It's pure madness, but it stems from this deep-rooted desire to be generous and show hospitality. If you let your guest pay, you feel like you failed as a host.
It's wild. But moving from that chaotic physical interaction at the counter, let's talk about how you actually pay for things now. Because Taiwan has gone through this insane, lightning-fast digital transformation, a lot of foreigners come here expecting a very traditional, cash-heavy society. And while cash is still around, the cashless convenience here is next level.
Oh, it's incredible. I mean, think about it. You can walk out of your house with absolutely nothing but your smartphone. No physical wallet, no coins jingling in your pocket. You can go to a traditional night market, order a big bag of sweet potato balls, and boom, Just scan a QR code using Line Pay or GEICO. You can even go to a local fruit stall in a wet market, buy some fresh mangoes from an 80-year-old grandma, and she'll point to a laminated barcode for you to scan. It's brilliant.
It really blows people's minds. In many Western cities, mobile payments are common in big retail chains, but small street vendors still strictly require cash or cards with high transaction fees. Here, the digital integration is so seamless, and we can't talk about convenience without mentioning the absolute crown jewel of Taiwan's infrastructure, the public transit system.
Oh, don't get me started on the MRT. It's basically a sacred temple. For our listeners, MRT stands for Mass Rapid Transit. If you've ever traveled to major cities in Europe or North America, you know that subways can sometimes be, well, let's be polite and say structurally challenged. They can be dirty, delayed, noisy, and honestly a bit sketchy at night.
Sketchy is a great word. It means unsafe, suspicious, or unreliable. And yes, compared to that, Taiwan's MRT is like a futuristic, utopian dream. It is so immaculately clean. And why is it so clean? Because of that strict, absolute rule. No eating, no drinking, not even chewing gum or drinking water once you cross that yellow line. If a single grain of rice falls on the floor, it's like a national emergency.
It's true. People take it so seriously. And the transfer system between buses and the MRT is flawless. Plus, the Easy Card, man. That little plastic card or the digital version on your phone is like a magic wand. You can use it to ride the subway, hop on a city bus, rent a public bicycle, buy a coffee at a convenience store, and even pay for parking. It works in almost every single corner of the island. It gives foreigners this intense sense of structural awe.
Structural awe. Wow. That's a poetic way to put it. But you know what else gives foreigners an intense sense of awe? Though maybe a more confusing kind. The daily neighborhood spectacle of the garbage trucks. This is literally a viral sensation on YouTube. Every expat who moves here ends up making a video about it.
Oh, the classical music trucks. This is hands down one of my favorite things to explain to outsiders. Imagine you're a foreigner who just moved into a Taiwanese apartment. It's a warm afternoon, you're sitting by the window, and suddenly you hear a beautiful, sweet melody playing outside. It's Beethoven's Für Elise, or maybe a Maiden's Prayer.
Right. And if you grew up in Western countries, that specific type of music playing from a moving vehicle means only one thing. The ice cream truck is here. So, what do? You grab your wallet, you get super excited, you practically sprint down the stairs, salivating and dreaming of a cold, soft-serve ice cream cone.
And you burst open the front door, only to be confronted by a massive, bright yellow truck emitting a very distinct, non-ice cream smell, with a crowd of your neighbors holding giant blue trash bags, perfectly lined up to throw their garbage into the back. The sheer emotional roller coaster of going from yay, ice cream, to oh, it's literal garbage is just tragically hilarious.
It's the ultimate bait and switch. Bait and switch is an excellent English idiom, by the way. It means you are attracted by one thing, but then you get something completely different. But honestly, once you get over the initial shock, the system is brilliant. It forces the community to come out, gather together, and take responsibility for their waste instead of just letting trash rot in giant dumpsters on the street. It keeps the city incredibly clean and free of pests.
It really does. It's like a social event. You see neighbors chatting, catching up on gossip, all while holding their recycling boxes. But while they're outside looking at the apartments, foreigners often notice another architectural feature that mystifies them. They look up at these beautiful apartments with nice balconies, and they see that the entire balcony is completely enclosed by thick, heavy metal bars, like a giant metallic bird cage.
Ah, the iron security windows. Yeah, from a Western architectural perspective, balconies are meant to be open spaces where you sit, sip your morning coffee, read a book, and wave at neighbors. So when they see them completely barred up, they think, is this a high-security prison? Is the crime rate that crazy here?
Right, but in reality, Taiwan is one of the safest places in the world. These iron grates serve multiple practical purposes. Yes, historically, they offered peace of mind against break-ins, but more importantly, they are space maximizers. They create a safe, protected outdoor area to hang dry laundry without worrying about typhoons blowing your clothes away into the next county. Plus, it prevents potted plants or items from accidentally falling down onto pedestrians below during minor earthquakes.
That makes so much sense. It's all about adaptability and making the absolute most out of urban living spaces. It's urban architecture meets pure practicality.
Exactly. Well, we've covered everything from magical green snacks and ear-slicing moon goddesses to aggressive hospitality, cashless night markets, and Beethoven-loving garbage trucks. It's safe to say Taiwan is a beautifully unique place that never ceases to amaze.
It truly is. To all our listeners out there, we hope you learned some great new English vocabulary and phrases today and got a laugh out of these cultural insights. Don't forget to practice using words like superstition, invasion of privacy, and sketchy in your own conversations.
Yes, keep practicing, keep being curious, and we will see you guys in the next episode. Bye-bye.
Catch you later.